Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now look. So for this one, it's gonna be about R. Kelly, man. Now they just saying this guy OD in jail, man. I'm gonna let y'all hear this, man. You know what I'm saying? Alright.
Medical attention. The Ignition singer, who is currently serving a 30-year sentence in a federal North Carolina prison for convictions associated with allegations of racketeering, bribery, coercion, enticement, and sex trafficking, was hospitalized last week after overdosing on medication allegedly given to him by prison staff, according to a June 17th filing by his legal team obtained by USA Today. In the days leading up to Kelly's overdose, his lawyers alleged, per the filing, that he was placed in solitary confinement, quote, against his will on June 10th. And 3 days later, the filing alleged that the singer woke up feeling, quote, faint and dizzy. The motion states, per USA Today, he started to see black spots in his vision. Mr. Kelly tried to get up, but fell to the ground. He crawled to the door of the cell and lost consciousness. And following his loss of consciousness, the filing alleged that he was transported to Duke University Hospital by ambulance and was subsequently hospitalized for 2 days. The North Carolina Federal Correctional Institute issued a statement to E! News regarding Kelly's hospitalization, explaining, quote, for privacy, safety, and security reasons, we do not discuss the conditions of confinement for any incarcerated individual, including medical and health-related issues. E! News has reached out to Kelly's attorney for comment, but has not yet heard back. The 58-year-old's hospitalization comes 1 week after his attorney, Bo B. Brindley, requested he be released to home detention due to an alleged murder plot against him, saying in court documents obtained by NBC News, his life depends on the oversight of literal guards and jailers who are entrusted with his safety. Yet, explicit evidence has now emerged to show that the very officials charged with protecting incarcerated inmates have solicited Mr. Kelly's murder. According to the legal team representing Kelly, who has denied all charges against him, this murder plot is a result of alleged crimes committed by Bureau of Prisons, or BOP, officials. The filing stated, when that information began to be exposed by Mr. Kelly's attorneys, officials in the Bureau of Prisons solicited another inmate to kill him. At least two avowed white supremacists and members of the Aryan Brotherhood have been approached by BOP officers and directed to take Mr. Kelly's life. The attorney also alleged that another prison authority issued a warning to the musician. Quote, the official then advised Mr. Kelly that he was in danger and that Mr. Kelly needed to be careful. The BOP official intimated that Mr. Kelly was not safe in Bureau of Prisons custody. In addition to the general warning, Brindley also alleged that the prison official told Kelly that he, quote, should avoid the mess hall due to the, quote, possibility of poison being mixed into the food at the chow hall and in the commissary as a means of achieving these executions.
Alright. So for that, right? Kills tried to kill himself, man. Let's just go ahead and keep it all the way a buck, man. You know what I'm saying? He trying to play it like the damn officials gave him a bold pill. Let's run it back, man. I've been telling y'all about this R. Kelly situation, since I started this channel. You know what I'm saying? I've been spoke on kills early. You know what I'm saying? Man, basically what's going on here, like I said, I didn't already spoke on kills and everything. So if y'all want to get up to speed on what I done said about him, man, go check out my videos and my lives I done made about this. I didn't talk about all this. So I'm just getting to the meat and potatoes of this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? Where we at with it not. And I didn't recently just did two response videos about him and what he going through just a week ago. You know what I'm saying? So I got response videos I just made about him a week ago. Now here it is a week later. Now what we hearing? He done OD. Sad case, man. This is coming from an ex-convict. This is coming from a guy that was behind them walls. Where R. Kelly at? This is coming from a guy that understand what's going on in there. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, man, at the end of the day, he hit and he trying to wiggle his way out of this situation. So he coming up with all these little tactics real quick. You know, he trying to figure something out to try and get him up out of there because the reality then kicked in. You know what I'm saying? The reality then kicked in. You're not going nowhere. This is your new home. This is your new norm. You know what I'm saying? And it's starting to sink in now. He like, damn, like I'm not going nowhere. You know? So now all of a sudden he trying shit. He trying to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago, y'all remember when it was a video going around of him singing in prison to the other inmates. Let me tell y'all something about singing in prison. Again, this is coming from an ex-convict. You do not sing in prison. That's not something that men do. We do not sing in prison. You know what I'm saying? Let alone singing in prison. We do not. What can you say? How can I put it? Not only you don't sing in prison, you don't sing in the shower. You don't even get to sing in the shower. You know what I'm saying? So the way how the showers is set up is like they real tiny. They real little tiny blocks. And they sit at the end of the hallway. So basically where you come in and come in and out your cell, you know, to go down on base and come from base up to your cell, you can see who is in the shower. You know what I'm saying? So even if you do see a guy in the shower singing, you know who in there singing. And niggas gonna get on his ass when he get up out of here. Cause you don't do that singing shit in prison. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how it go. So when I seen that of him singing in prison, I knew then. I was like, yeah, they own him. You know what I'm saying? And it went from him singing to now he's saying that the Aryan Brotherhood warned him that the FBI is trying to hire the Aryan brothers to take him out. And I just spoke on that situation. You know what I'm saying? Well, with him doing that, what happened? He had his lawyer file a motion to get him out of jail, saying that he being set up by the FBI in prison. So file a motion to get him out. Right? What happened when his lawyer filed that motion? He just said in the video. When his lawyer filed that motion to get him set free because of that situation, what did they do? They shot him straight to solitary confinement, which is the hole. They put him in the hole. He instantly went to the hole. You can't tell on the system. You know what I'm saying? So all this going on for real is R. Kelly trying to reach out to the world. He know he got supporters out here, you know, that rock with him. So if he can't reach anybody else, he trying to at least get to his audience, his supporters. And he trying to get them, you know, to raise awareness, to get him set free or whatnot. The only way you getting out of jail is if Donald J. Trump come pardon you. If Trump don't come pardon you, you not getting out of jail. I didn't explain this before about after you get sentenced, you get an ERD date. You know what I'm saying? ERD mean earliest release date. You don't get out no time before that ERD for no reason at all. It don't matter what happened. You could have got stabbed 40 times and survived. You do not get set free for any reason. The only time you get set free is when you reach that ERD that's in your discovery packet, that's in your paperwork. You have an ERD. Unless you have a life sentence, then you don't have an ERD. But if you have numbers, you have an ERD, earliest release date. That could be anywhere from the next couple of months all the way up into 500, 600 years. Whatever your ERD is, that's the day that you absolutely have to do all your time up until that day in prison. In the county jail, you can get out on good time, a bond. You know what I'm saying? They might be overcrowded, might kick you out the back doors, some shit like that. In the county jail, get out on the tether, blah, 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 blah. In prison, ERD, bro. That's it. They gonna house you all the way into your ERD. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna do that time. And that's the reality that Kills is realizing. He not going nowhere into the ERD. So he trying to build him some momentum, to get him put back in court to be heard on the appeal, to get out, get released on house arrest or, things of that nature. It's over with. And there's nothing your supporters can do for you. The system don't want to hear nobody. He done been convicted. Another thing with his case, right? I told y'all I don't be researching these celebrities or nothing. I just hear shit as I go. You know what I'm saying? So I watched like a little 3 minute video of, what happened with him, right? And come to find out, he got 8 counts of sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Minors. You know what I'm saying? Messing with minors. You know what I'm saying? He got 8 counts of that shit. I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was a freaky motherfucker, but I ain't know that. Like, damn, you got 8 counts of that? You know what I'm saying? How you think guys in prison look at that? You got 8 counts of that? That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look, man. So, with that alone, that's sending the gorillas, the sharks, the lions, you know what I'm saying? All the boss dogs, the real steppers, that's sending them right to his way, right off the rip. He got 8 counts of that, man. And they all was minors. You know what I'm saying? 17 on down. And I know that one of them was a 6 year old. You know what I'm saying? I know that. How you think them boys in there look at that? They not looking at him as R. Kelly no more. They looking at him, he's a pedophile. And he gotta get dealt with. You know? Fuck that singing shit. He's a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? He done messed with something as young as 6 years old. Get him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. And like I said before, in one of my last videos, I explained if with Kelly saying the Aryan brothers got up with him or whatever, even if that's true, even if that is what they did, they letting him know, hey, your ass is about to get killed. You know what I'm saying? And I could bet you 9 times out of 10 they want him dead because of all of them counts he have on minors. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, them predators in there, they be in there getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They might not come home and talk about this shit, but they get fucked up in there, and a lot of them don't make it home. Honestly, you know that don't get talked about a lot, but a lot of them do not make it home. Don't nobody like them, even criminals. You know what I'm saying? Criminals don't like them. You know, if you in there for beating up on women and funny cases against grown women, that's one thing. Yeah, you still look down on it. You still would get got. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing. That's grown women. When you messing with kids, nah, man. They don't play that. They don't play that. They gonna get your ass. Even if it's years later. You gonna get got. That's a for sure. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get got. And with somebody like him, as high profile as he is, everybody know about his case. Everybody. They got Fox 2, Channel 4, Channel 7. They got all news channels too. They was watching his case before he even came in there. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, they know his situation better than any of us know because they don't got absolutely nothing to do but study his case. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they been had this hit out on him. That's why he came in there singing to get them boys off his ass. And I showed y'all a video about how a man that was in there with him said he was in there singing, basically to keep niggas up off of him type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've been spoke on that months before. I even showed y'all that video. Like I've been spoke on that. Like, dog, this nigga in there singing, he bald. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't sing in prison, bro. You ain't in there to serenade no man and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you can see Cardi B or Kaylani or one of them, you know what I'm saying? You can see them type of women, SZA or whatever. You can see them up there singing and things like that. And you like, damn, I like her, man. She can sing, she fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? You picturing yourself, with her and, doing your thing with her and all of that, through her music. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then you turn around and you in prison with this man that's singing to you. If you into a man singing to you while you in prison, something up with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't it. I don't know how to further explain that, but you don't sing in prison, bro. Especially not to a group of men. Like, I don't care how good you can sing. You don't do that in prison, bro. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was in there with Shine X, with Shine Hears. You know what I'm saying? A straight up popular Detroit singer. I never heard him singing there ever, not one time. I never even heard him in there singing throughout his time. Like, and he a popular Detroit singer. Everybody from the D know about him. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. I knew that shit was bald. You know what I'm saying? Then it went from the singing to nah, the Aryan brothers trying to knock his head off. But they not gonna knock his head off. They gonna let him know that the FBI, trying to hire somebody to get him and all of this shit. Man, bro, kills. That shit not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work, bro. They don't gotta kill you. They already killed you. You got 30 years in prison, man. By the time you get out, you be 85 years old. You pretty much done for after that. Let's just keep it a band, man. You know what I'm saying? By the time you hit like mid 60s, going into your 70s, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much on relax mode after that. Like you didn't live life, you just living out the rest of what's left at that point. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a band. and you're not gonna be eligible for your ERD until you're 85 years old. He know that that reality sinked in on him. And you also got to understand this too about Kills, why he going crazy. You know, he just all over the place right now. You got to think this man came from a rich lifestyle that was known by everybody all across the world, loved by everybody. Every day he wake up, is 10 women chasing him. Paparazzi snapping pictures of him everywhere he go. He had all the award shows. He's singing at live concerts. You know what I'm saying? He collected $1 million checks. He on the finest yachts, popping the biggest bottles. You know what I'm saying? Like he living a life that what you call them, what one percenters live. You know what I'm saying? And he go from that to living 30% of what the community is going through. Because little do you know, jails and prisons versus civilized citizens, it's about 70-30. It's about 70% civilized civilians that want to live and live a good life and live the righteous way, as opposed to about the 30% of criminals in this world that go to jail and do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a way bigger percentage of civilized people than it is criminals. You know what I'm saying? And he went from being in that 1 percentile to being in the 30 percentile of not just like average living, the worst kind of living, prison for the next 30 years. He just went from that 1 percentile all the way to the complete opposite of the life that he lived. Yes, he in there losing his mind. I told y'all about that Bam Bam unit. He on Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? They not playing with him. They not playing with him. He in there playing crazy. They gonna hook him up. He in a turtle suit. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, I'm gonna keep it real about this overdose shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, right? This is what happened. I didn't told y'all before about the medicine. I didn't told y'all when I did my time on Bam Bam. If y'all ain't seen that video, go watch the video. I told you Wayne County jail story about when I was on Bam Bam unit. You know what I'm saying? That's the video. But you can go check that video out. I told y'all how when the nurses come around, how the inmates hide their pills. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can take it back to another inmate, sell it to somebody, give it to one of their homies, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Kills paid somebody, you know what I'm saying, to hold on to their pill. When they got their pill back, they took it to Kills and sold it to him for whatever he bought it for, or if they gave it to him on the love, whatever the case was. But he got that pill from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I broke that down on how, you could sneak your pill. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So that's what happened. He got that pill from somebody. You know what I'm saying? The, one of them other people was prescribed a strong ass pill, and he know that. So he went to that person to get his pill, and that's what he did. He took somebody's pill. He tried to kill himself, but it didn't work. He OD'd, and they brought him back. You know what I'm saying? But the goal was to kill himself. Real talk. He trying to blame it on the system, man. It's not how it work, man. It's not how it work, bro. They got cameras all through that bitch. They can show. They can go back in real time and see if they gave you a bold pill. You know what I'm saying? And that shit will be in court right now. It'll be a whole fucking problem. But guess what? It's not, because they know that you're lying. You know what I'm saying? You're lying. You went to the hospital. They took you to the hospital. That was your only relief from jail, was they took you to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You was in the hospital for 2 days. If they tried to give you something that was gonna kill you, that they tried to kill you with, your ass would not been in the hospital for 2 days. Your ass would have still been in that bitch. You would have been in there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And they would be investigating it. You know, but that's not the case. You took somebody else's medicine. You know what I'm saying? And when they got in your system and cleaned you out and they figured that out, yeah, you took somebody else's medicine. Guess what they did? They shot your ass right back to prison. You know what I'm saying? And you want to play with the system? Here, throw on this turtle suit. Since you want to play, throw on this turtle suit. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck wrong with you? You want to play with them? Throw on this turtle suit. You know what I'm saying? You done already came with the FBI is trying to get you killed. They trying to send the Aryan nation to kill you. You done did that. They put your ass in the hole. Now you in the hole. You done OD a week later. You know what I'm saying? Just out of nowhere. Now you done OD. Yeah, because you didn't pop somebody else's pill, bro. That's what happened. And you was in the hospital for 2 days. And they sent your ass back to prison because they found out that you took somebody else's pill. You know what I'm saying? Now, guess what? Not only you about to be in a turtle suit and that big ass soft cushion, nah, that's the real world type shit. He ain't in the real world. He's in prison. He about to be in that cement block ass room with that damn turtle suit on. You know what I'm saying? How about that? How about that? You know, I told y'all before, man. Prison is not a party, man. These guys be going to jail making that shit seem like it's the thing to do. Like it's sweet. Like it's nothing. Like prison ain't shit. Like them niggas is crash outs and they some real goofies. You know what I'm saying? That's all there is to it. They don't know what they signing up for. You know, a lot of people be thinking, you know, because you got money or you got fame, that the guys in there ain't gonna get on your ass. They give you a pass. You know, they don't care about that. Let me tell you something about guys that got life. There's way more guys in there that got life, that got shit, as opposed to niggas that's going home that don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? All them guys in there, they got time for real. I don't know what it is, but they all got a sibling around. They make sure they got what they need or want. A homeboy, homegirl, or a wife. All of them serving life bits, and they got a wife at home. You know what I'm saying? And the wife do whatever they tell them. They whole ass in prison with boyfriends, and they got wives at home. You know what I'm saying? So they don't need Kale's money. They get more than enough. Another thing with your cell room that you share with a whole nother inmate is no bigger than your bedroom. It ain't even, it's probably about half the size of your bedroom. The cell that you and your bunkie live in. And y'all have a locker that's on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You know what kind of locker y'all got? Y'all got the high school lockers, the real thin ones. You know what I'm saying? Them the real thin lockers. You know what I'm saying? Those are your lockers. It's two of those. You know what I'm saying? You have to put all of your stuff in that locker. You gotta put your state bag in there with your state clothes, your shoes, all of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Your commissary, your hygiene, your washcloth rag. You gotta hang all that shit up. You gotta have all of that organized in your one little locker. You know what I'm saying? And then immediately right next to your locker is your bunkie locker. You know, so how much do you think that they extorting kills for this shit? Like you gotta put that shit up somewhere. You can't just have that commissary just laid out all over the place. Nigga, this prison. Everything is moved very militantly. You gotta have your room clean at all times. You gotta have your bed made by 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get up from that bed, it gotta be made. Or you can get a ticket for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can get a ticket for your bed not being made. So don't ever think that these niggas just got commissary laid out all over the place. And like, no, it don't work like that, bro. It don't. You know what I'm saying? So how much of his commissary is they taking from him to stay off of his ass? They don't need it at all. They don't need it. You know what I'm saying? They got everything they want and need. They straight. They want him. And now to hear, now for me to know for myself now that this man has 8 counts against minors, I could just about guarantee that's why they on his ass. And he trying to say it's the FBI. Like, no, it's them. It's the inmates. You know what I'm saying? It's the inmates.